favorite 5 teas for spiritual uses?
Wow. Have anybody ever tried to get over on me? Absolutely yes. Anybody, any of y'all know what type of mask this is? What's the meaning of it? Please let mama know. Something that I absolutely hate, but I love the benefits. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Mama Eve, and today's a good day. Today's a great day. Today is a fabulous day. But what is more important? Today is your day. Welcome to this video. Now, this is a special treat to me because usually I have Tuesday tea. But I had a very nice surprise. One of my subscribers and one of my baby honey buns came in to spend the day with me. So I decided to make this a Thursday tea. So I don't know what I'm in for. She has some questions and I'm going to let her ask any question. It could be about anything because y'all know my life is an open book. And while we're preparing and while I'm preparing, because she's young, so I don't know what she's going to ask me, I'm going to be making a wonderful tea because I told y'all somebody got mad or a little upset because I didn't have tea for my Tuesday tea. So I'm going to be making a wonderful warm tea. It is so cold outside and we have cold weather for a few days. So I decided to make a nice hibiscus tea. And I want you to try it. Hibiscus have so many health benefits. And the biggest one that I can think of is full of vitamin C. And another great health benefit, it lowers your blood pressure. So this is a wonderful tea if you have high blood pressure. So I'm going to be adding, of course, some hibiscus. Now, some people call this sorrel, but it's both the same. So I'm just going to put it in my little mesh bag here. And of course, I'm going to be adding some cinnamon just for the warmth. And it absolutely have so many health benefits. It keeps our body ready to fight and tackle different viruses, and as well as it stabilizes our sugar, and it's great. And I'm going to put some ginger in. I eat ginger every day, probably more than once a day. I love ginger. And I want to do some orange peels because orange and sorrel or hibiscus, they just go together so lovely. And it's extra vitamin C. And this time of the year, we all can benefit from extra vitamin C. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to put this right in here like this, like so. And I'm going to let that just steep a little bit. And we're going to start the questions. All right.
Okay, so my first question, not a question. My first question is, what's your favorite 5 teas for spiritual uses?
Wow. The question, what is my 5 favorite teas for spiritual uses? Okay, number 1, I would definitely, it depends on what that spiritual use is. So if I'm in a mood where I'm trying to draw money or want money, and if I'm doing it through a tea, I would definitely do the cinnamon, the nutmeg, the allspice, the cloves. I would make me a nice tea of that. So that would be one. Let's see. Another one, if I want some kind of cleansing, then, and we're talking about spiritual, not physical. But if we're doing some kind of spiritual, it would definitely be a tea with rosemary and sage in it. Now, a wonderful combination. This is such a good question. Nobody ever asked me this question before. With the rosemary and sage, I would put lavender in it. And maybe a little bit of lemon balm or lemongrass. That would be wonderful. Okay, so if I want a little more spiritual energy, if I'm doing some working and I'm tired, I probably would do a mint. Now, mint is relaxing, but to me, it helps me to concentrate more. So a spearmint or a peppermint. And of course, with that, I would definitely put that ginger in there, because that ginger is going to give me good energy. Or I could use a cola nut in there, or a busy, because busy also would give me that energy boost. So that's 3. Spiritually, if I want to meditate, I would use maybe a chamomile, and once again, like a lemon balm, a lavender. They're relaxing. Some skull cap. That's really relaxing type tea. And that was 4.
Yes.
And number 5. Now, if I after working sometime, especially like if I'm doing a whole bunch of readings, sometimes I do maybe 5, 6, 7 readings at one time, or reading party, and my energy is so high that I need something to calm me, relax me, and bring me down a little bit so that I can relax and just, calm down. And in a case like that, I probably would do a nice, once again, bay. I would put some bay in there. And I might put a little bit of star anise. And maybe just a little bit of sarsaparilla or sassafras. Just a nice calming, and probably some chamomile. I'm not such a fan of chamomile. But, because I don't like the way it tastes. But I like the benefits of it. And sometimes I realize that the benefits have to outweigh the taste. So if me personally going to put use chamomile, I always would have it with something else. I'll always have it with something else. Because I would never just drink a cup of chamomile tea. Not for me. I don't like it. I don't like the taste. I like the benefit. All right. Another question?
It's a question that wasn't on the list, but what's something that you hate doing but love the effects of, like you hate doing?
What is something, you mean spiritually?
Yes.
Okay. Because I was going to say physically, something I hate doing is bringing my groceries in. I like buying them, but I like cooking, but I don't like bringing my groceries in. Something that I absolutely hate, but I love the benefits. Nothing. I don't hate anything. I dislike some things, and that dislike would be when people complain to me about other practitioners or workers. I don't like that. I don't like when a person come in for the same thing over and over and over and over again, and they really don't want to be helped. They really don't. But the benefit of it is, if we do anything and they're helped, I'm happy. Even if it's temporary. Because sometimes, believe me, people get helped and they get healed and they get delivered for 7 days. And then they come back. So, I don't understand it, but they do. All right? You have another question?
Okay. Let me check the list again. Okay. What is a time that someone tried to get over at you at your store? At this store.
You know what? I can't believe these questions. What have anybody ever tried to get over on me? Absolutely yes. I had a customer that came in, and he tried to smell every one of my oils, and I caught him. And I had a store full of people, and he thought that somebody else had snitched on him, which they didn't. But I knew what he was doing. And he told me, well, where I'm from, you can come in and use anything. You can just come and pour the bottles of oil over your head and don't buy them and stuff like that. so yes, people, and let's not forget, people come in, and out the kindness of my heart, if they don't have enough money, a lot of times I'll just say, take it, pay me when you have it. You know, because I do realize that this is more than a business, and if I can help somebody, I try my best to, right? But they don't know that I see that they have money. They don't know that, right? So what they'll do is they don't come back to pay me. So that's getting over. So they think. All right?
Okay. What is... Okay, my original question was, what's your worst experience you had with someone when you was reading for someone, but an intense reading with their other spiritual counterparts? Not counterparts, but...
I understand what you're saying. There's been many. In doing mediumship, that means the person has passed on, but they come back through. There's been some heart-wrenching things that have been said that hurt my clients, and sometimes it's twofold, because sometimes that needed to be said, and sometimes apologies, and that's one. But the other thing is when I tell family secrets. That's very hard for me. When somebody come through, if I'm doing a reading and I have to tell somebody something that they don't know yet, and I always feel as though I'm like not betraying a person, but I'm shocking a person. And every time that have happened, it have always turned around for the best. I remember a situation where a young man had passed away. And that's okay. A young man had passed away, and he came through, and he kept asking about his son. And the family was here. Everybody was here, and they kept saying, he don't have a son. He don't have a son. And he would not let me go. He wanted to know about his son. And I think it was maybe about that during that week, I got a call back that he had a son. And the only one knew about the son was one other person in the family. And I think I cried that day. I'm not a crier too much, but I think I cried for a few days because I felt like I was telling the secret. But out of that, now today, they have a relationship with this little boy. So it made it all worth it at the end. But, you know, that was a kind of hard one for me. Right?
Okay. And now I'm going to ask the opposite. What is a good thing? A good...
What was a good thing? A good thing as far as a reading or when clients come in?
As far as reading.
A good thing as far as readings. A good thing I would have to say is one time I was doing a reading, and the people was in Jamaica, and they was looking for some very important papers. And I told them why I was actually having the reading, where to go, where the papers was hidden. And they went and put their hands right on those papers. I think that was one of my most exciting readings I have ever did, because they knew that the papers exist, but they didn't know where the papers was, because the person that hid the papers had passed on. So, and it was some pretty important papers. Yeah, spirit here. Spirit stays here. Yesterday, I bought a mask, and this is Tuesday tea, so we talk. I bought this mask, and I'm going to show you this mask. I actually was in the store, and the mask called for me, and I could not leave this mask. It's been cleansed and everything, but I could not leave this mask. So it looks horrible, don't it? It looks, but it looks beautiful to me. It looks horrible, but it looks beautiful to me. So yesterday we had this whole big conversation. I kept calling everybody, help me figure out what is this mask, and I got every answer that you could imagine, from samurai warrior, and I found out what this mask is. This mask is actually from China, and he blesses at the beginning of the year. He blesses people for the beginning of the year. So if this is what I heard, and this is what I was told. So if any of y'all know what type of mask this is, what's the meaning of it, please let Mama know. But I am planning on keeping this mask. Now I'm going to tell you a little story. Me and my grandson was sitting here, and I put the mask on the door, and the door opened up. And I was like, welcome to your new home. Welcome to your new home. Now, I know I'm going to get some comments out there saying, oh, she's not. I don't care what y'all think, because I feel so good about this mask. And I love it. So if anybody have any information about, tell me any history about these, please let me know. All right? So you have one more question.
All right. The last question is about these washes and how they work exactly. Because anything...
Look at that. Isn't that beautiful?
Because I understand herbal baths, other baths and stuff that you make, but I don't understand how those could work.
Okay. I will say this. With anything that you make, anything that you buy, you need to bless it, have faith, or put your intentions in it. Now, these are commercial baths, and it's a difference between somebody making their own personal baths, like the lady that just came in. She said, oh no, I want you to make my baths for me. And commercial baths. But each bath is supposed to be made for the purpose of the bath. So this is a destroy witchcraft bath. So this is supposed to be herbs and oils and spices and different things, could be roots, to help do that. So for instance, if this was a love bath, then you would think that it have herbs in there for love. Okay, so it's the same way, just like the lady just left, she wanted a particular bath. So I will use everything in that bath for what she wants. So how they work is just that. Basically, it's the same thing, but whatever you're trying to manifest or make it happen, the baths is just to help you manifest it or help it to come. Now, you watch my Bible series on Sundays. because that is one thing that I am going to tiptoe through the Bible and talk about spiritual baths, because they've been done from the before you was born, before I was born, before our grandparents was born. Back in the biblical days, there was spiritual baths. All right, so it's a religious, I don't want to say religious, but it's something that is so important that you, being a spiritual person, you need to understand it a little clearer of how these baths work. Now, with the commercial ones, people love them, but I say you doctor them up, because I don't know what's in here. Okay, if you read it a lot of times, it may say perfume, oils, whatever, but always doctor these baths up. So if it's destroy witchcraft, I will put rosemary in there. I might put sage in there. I might put Palo Santos oil in there. So you can make them more potent for baths. Okay, can you understand that? All right. So I want to, you good?
Yes.
All right. So I appreciate my guests for being here. This tea looks wonderful. Y'all come on with mama. Come on over here and be one of my guests. And I'm going to treat you to a cup of tea. And you just go out and have yourself a good, great day. Don't forget, y'all, we getting so close to 3,000 subscribers. We are getting this close. Every day I watch the numbers and they're going up and up and up and up, and I am so happy because I know that there's a lot of people that's been watching me for almost a year, but they haven't subscribed yet. So if you're one of those people, please subscribe. And if you already subscribed, thank you. Share my videos. Don't forget, I have two more little things, or two more big things that I want to talk about real quick. Number one, don't forget the Queen of Hearts community rituals. I'm getting some calls in. I'm getting some cards in. Watch that video. Get those cards into me. And number two, don't forget my goat oil. The goat oil. The goat oil helps you master in your field. And you just go out and have yourself a good day and know I appreciate you so. Come on, we go like this. Kisses.
Yup.